I want to welcome the GMs and the wives, the godly men and the warm, inviting, feminine, empathetic women out there. In today's video topic, I want to discuss how narcissists really can be that bad to be around sometimes. It's not always going to be the case that setting boundaries with the narcissist or keeping them at arm's length is going to be enough for you to have peace of mind in the relationship. So if you're dealing with either a family member or a friend or a relationship, significant other, whatever the case may be, and you're starting to suspect that this is a narcissist or what I would call a soul torturer or a soul killer, these are the kinds of people that you definitely need to look out for and understand that these are demonic agents that are sent from what I call the shadow kingdom, which is Satan's kingdom, and they are being sent your way. And you may have people being really strange with you or giving you strange vibes out randomly. And these, or you can feel like when someone walks by you, you kind of feel something crawl down your spine. That's a sign that the energy of this person is something that is not good. And you can actually develop a complex trauma bond or a CPTSD bond with this person. And it can automatically result in a fight or flight response in your nervous system because your sympathetic nervous system is on overload. Now, the difference between your sympathetic nervous system and your parasympathetic nervous system is the sympathetic nervous system is responsible for your fight or flight. The parasympathetic nervous system is responsible for resting and digesting. And so when you're going to be stuck in fight or flight mode, or your heart is beating out of this fear of betrayal, because I know that with some of the women in the past that I've dealt with, and not just in relationships, but specifically in my close family or the friends that I had that I thought had my best interest at heart, I started to get like these almost these heart palpitations whenever I saw these people. And sometimes to this day, when I see a woman specifically, it doesn't really happen that much with men, but for women specifically, I can almost sense if a woman is going to betray me in some way, shape, or form now, or she has a betrayal kind of personality. And to be honest, there's not a lot of talk about this kind of stuff with women nowadays because we're always taught that it's the men that are the ones that are cheating or betraying or being disloyal or that are the dogs and everything, right? And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of men like that, and I do not condone that kind of behavior, but what these people really want is they want to know you so that they can know what to use against you. And that's the most terrifying aspect of dealing with these soul torturers and these narcissists is that they're really good sometimes at reading people. Like, they are actually immaculate at reading people more often than not. They cannot read themselves to save their life, but they can read other people really, really well. And they basically act as if they are the center of the universe. And I actually had a dream recently with a woman who has been trying to step up her game with me for the last couple months. And I've seen her out and about a little bit, but I just haven't I felt that heart palpitation with her. Like when I see her, I just get filled with nervousness that is not healthy. Like it's not like a ooh, I'm excited to kind of talk to her kind of way. No, 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 no. It's like I'm actually kind of feeling like this is a dangerous person. I'm starting to feel like this is a dangerous person. And I haven't really talked to her much, but I actually had a dream with her recently, and I was making a relationship with a simple, godly woman. And we were walking down a path, and we were walking, and this other woman, who I don't even know, like, I don't even really know her name or anything. I don't know much about her at all. But this woman shows up, and she is dressed to the nines, but not really wearing anything. She's just trying to steal my attention away from the solid life that I'm trying to create, because she cannot stand the idea of someone not wanting to be her as her biggest what was the, like, I can't remember exactly how it was phrased in the dream. Like, I had heard a voice that said that she was upset that I didn't want her to be the biggest thing in my life. It was something like that. And all I knew was, when I woke up from the dream, I felt like I was spiritually under attack. And I felt like I was being watched in a very particular way. And you have to understand that these kinds of soul torturers and soul killers, they almost get off on making your life hell. They get off on causing chaos in other people's lives because it makes them feel something. That's all that they want. They just want to feel something. They don't care what they feel. They don't want peace of mind. They don't want God. They don't want to be pure. They want darkness. And some of these people are, you could consider, witches and warlocks. In the Bible, basically what that is, what a witch and a warlock is at its root level, even if they're not aware that they're doing it, is you're trying to bend the fabric of reality, to twist and turn for your own benefit. And the funny thing is about reality is it doesn't really work that way. It may seem like it works for some people, because I know there was one narcissist that I saw growing up, and I didn't really know that they were a narcissist. I knew something was different about them, but this person was above average in looks, older, but still looked pretty young. And by the time I grew up and I had seen this person again, I realized that this person was this was a woman who was highly promiscuous. And so it was almost like she drained the energy. It was spiritually, I understood it as if she was draining the energy of all of these men to stay young. I don't know how else to describe it, but that's what it felt like, intuitively and spiritually. And it was like, this is what happens with narcissists. And males do this too. Male narcissists do this too. And I will say this time and time again. The most dangerous kind of narcissist is the covert male narcissist. And the reason being is because not only are they highly emotionally manipulative, they can be very, very strategic in how they manipulate. Women can be highly manipulative emotionally, but at the same time, a male that is a covert narcissist, not necessarily an overt narcissist, the male can completely derail your identity without you even realizing it if you're not careful. And so this is something to take note of and to be cautious of with certain kinds of people. These are definitely kinds of people that they're just not even worth being around. These people are dangerous. These people are highly dangerous because what they want to do is latch onto your energy and almost like have you ever been around people where you're feeling good, you're fine, you're just doing your own thing, and suddenly this person gives you a look and you look in their eyes and it's almost like you start to feel this like emptiness in your stomach, like you were fine just a minute ago, like you were just fine. And you look into somebody's eye and they weren't doing so hot a minute ago. They were like frantic looking around, and you just happened to look at them in the eye, and now all of a sudden they're good. Now all of a sudden they're fine. They're doing good now because they got like something out of you. It's like they planted their consciousness onto you and consciously stole your life force. This has happened with women to me in the past, and I know I've talked to women that this has happened to them with men in the past. And it is something that you just need to be very cautious about, because these kinds of soul torturers will torture your soul. They will not leave you alone if you let them, because those are the highly sophisticated ones that seem so sweet to everybody else. Like, and nobody else can see through it. It's like you're the only one that can see what's really going on. And you're like, hello, this person is a demon. Like that, hello, that person's a demon. They look so sweet and innocent, and yet all of you feel worse about yourselves after you interact with this person. But because for that moment, they give you this emotional high where you feel like you're on top of the world, and then they do everything that they can to know your weaknesses, to exploit those so that you feel terrible about yourself. Hello, those are demons. That person is possessed by a demonic entity. These are agents of Satan for all intents and purposes. So be careful out there.